What if we spent 24 hours living like our ancient female ancestors? No phones, no grocery stores, no modern tools, just our wits, our hands, and the wild. Today, that's exactly what I'm doing. I am stepping back thousands of years to experience a day in the life of an early human woman. This isn't just about survival. It's about connecting with a part of our history that shaped who we are. It's gonna be tough, it's gonna be messy, but I think it's going to be incredible. Let's go! First things first, I need a shelter for the night. I don't have a tent or a sleeping bag. The women of the past would have used what was available, like natural rock overhangs or simple structures made from branches and leaves. I found a spot that seems promising, with a bit of natural cover. My first task is to make it more secure and insulated. I'm gathering fallen branches, large ferns, and moss to build a basic lean-to. This is way harder than it looks. Every branch has to be placed just right. It's a slow process and my hands are already getting scraped up. This isn't about building a pretty fort. It is about creating a space that will hopefully keep me safe from the elements and any curious critters tonight. With the shelter somewhat sorted, my stomach is rumbling. Time to find some food. Early human diets were incredibly diverse and depended on the season and location. Women were expert foragers, with deep knowledge of edible plants, roots, nuts, and berries. They knew what was safe, what was nutritious, and what to avoid. I've done my research for this specific area, but putting that knowledge into practice is a whole different ball game. I'm looking for things like dandelion greens, which are packed with vitamins, and maybe some wild berries. It's like a high-stakes treasure hunt. You have to be so observant, noticing the shape of a leaf, the color of a berry. For every edible plant I find, I see 10 that I don't recognize. It really makes you appreciate the encyclopedia of knowledge these women carried in their heads. I've managed to gather a small collection of greens and a few berries. Not exactly a feast, but it's food. Now, for the next challenge. Fire. Fire was everything. It provided warmth, protection from predators, a way to cook food, and a central point for the community. But making fire without matches or a lighter, that's the real test. I'm going to try the hand drill method, which involves spinning a wooden spindle against a fireboard to create friction and an ember. I've seen this done, but doing it myself is another story. My arms are burning, and I'm getting nowhere fast. This requires a specific technique, the right kind of wood, and a ton of patience. It's easy to see why keeping a fire going was just as important as starting one. After what feels like an eternity of trying, I have a tiny, glowing ember. You have no idea how exciting this is. I carefully transfer it to a tinder bundle of dry grass and bark fibers and gently blow on it. Come on, come on. And yes, we have fire. This feels like a monumental victory. The warmth is immediate and so welcome as the air starts to cool. Now I can at least warm up my meager meal. I'm just going to wilt these greens over a hot rock next to the fire. It's not much, but after all that work, it's going to taste amazing. Eating this simple food by the fire I made myself, I feel a profound sense of accomplishment and connection to the past. This was their daily reality. Now that food and fire are handled, what else would have filled a woman's day? It wasn't just about survival. It was about community, creation, and passing down knowledge. Women were often the ones crafting clothing from animal hides, weaving baskets from reeds, making pottery, and creating tools from bone and stone. They were the original innovators and engineers. I'm going to try my hand at a very simple craft, making cordage or string from plant fibers. I'm using the inner bark of a branch I found. By twisting the fibers together, you can create a surprisingly strong cord. This cord could be used for anything from tying bundles of herbs to making nets or mending clothes. It's meticulous work, and it makes you appreciate how every single item in their world had to be made by hand. There were no shortcuts. As I sit here twisting these fibers, I'm thinking about the social aspect of their lives. Women didn't do this alone. They worked together, sharing the burdens of childcare, foraging, and crafting. They would have shared stories, taught the younger generation, and formed deep, supportive bonds. This spot by the fire would have been the heart of the home, a place of collaboration and community. Being out here alone makes me realize how crucial that social fabric was, not just for survival, but for emotional well-being. We've always been social creatures, and that need for connection is as ancient as we are. The sun is starting to set, and the forest is changing. The sounds are different, the light is fading, and my simple shelter is looking more and more important. The fire is my main source of comfort and security right now. I have to keep it going through the night. The thought is a little daunting. You can't just fall asleep and forget about it. It requires constant attention. This day has been a lesson in mindfulness. You have to be completely present, paying attention to the world around you, to your own body's needs, to the fire that keeps you warm. There's no room for distraction. My phone-addicted brain has been struggling, but it's also been incredibly refreshing. As I get ready to settle in for the night, I'm reflecting on what I've learned. The physical strength required is immense, but it's the mental fortitude that's truly staggering. The resilience, the encyclopedic knowledge of nature, the patience, the ingenuity. We often see early humans through a very male-centric lens of hunting big game, but the role of women was equally, if not more, critical to the survival and thriving of the group. They were the providers of consistent nutrition, the makers, the teachers, the literal heart of the community. They weren't just surviving, they were building a world. This experience has filled me with so much respect for the women who came before us. Their lives were hard, no doubt, but they were also rich with skill, purpose, and community. We carry their legacy in our DNA. Every time we innovate, create, or nurture, we're echoing their spirit. This challenge is over, but the perspective it's given me will stick around for a long time. It's a powerful reminder of our own resilience and our deep ancient connection to the natural world. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more adventures. See you next time.